Hey everybody, GReimer here, coming at you once again from Planet Boobless, doing a little bit more work here on the planet, on our crater base, on the whole world actually, because man, oh man, last episode we did a lot of automation, okay? We did some automation, we updated all of the farms, or not all the farms, all the mines, to get back up to a level where we can actually start collecting resources way more efficiently. We got some drones moving around, actually collecting and moving things back and forth. But we can do better, okay? We can do better. Consider this like part 2. Yeah, last week was part 1. Today's gonna be part 2. I've been doing a little bit of work in between episodes, putting down more reactors. We're up to 62 of these bad boys now, and we got quite a bit of power here. Still can do better than that. And then before we even get started on any of the automation stuff, I kind of want to get started on that. All right, let's look at this thing. The Machine Optimizer Tier 2. We can make explosive butter. We have a whole lot of it actually being made. I just moved a bunch of it out to the nuclear facility. We got an I keep wanting to say aluminum rod. Uranium rod, we have those. And we also have a buttload of obsidian. I haven't even checked the obsidian mine. I probably should one of these times. But we have a whole bunch like in here. Look at this. We got a whole bunch. In fact, let's just take them out of there. Oh, one more, please. There we go. We're going to actually make one of these things. Now, it says find and insert fuses into this to boost the performance of nearby machines. Can we boost the performance of the nuclear reactors is what I'm wondering. Can we get them to produce more power than, I mean, this is Chernobyl waiting to happen. Can we get them to make more power than they're supposed to be able to safely make? All right, right now they're pumping out 20,553 kilowatts of power. Can we get that to be a lot more? And the answer may be yes, okay? Maybe, okay? So let's go try to get this thing built first. What else does it take? The explosive butter. Let's go see if we can't get this thing built first. And we're gonna head out to 3 mines to get the first, or the final ingredient for this thing. And that should be here at our little explosive powder making machine right here. Perfect, all right, we got it. Now, I want to put this out in the tower of power. So we're gonna head out there. How's this thing doing, by the way? Completely full. Good to see. All right, we're gonna leave that right there where it's at, though. Let's head out to the nuclear base here. How big is this thing anyway? I don't even know how big this machine even is. Let's just try to make it here. What does this look like? Oh, it's not that big at all.
That's what she said.
Oh, I could probably squeeze this in here.
That's what she said.
Now, my question is does this detect on a circle or does it detect on a sphere? I'm really hoping sphere, but if it doesn't, it's not the end of the world. We can just make multiple ones. See, I can like nestle it, yeah. Like right next to it, like right there. All right, what do you detect? It doesn't tell you, does it? Well, that's a shame. You take energy, optimization capacity, 8 machines. Oh, okay, never mind. This isn't gonna be. I thought this was gonna like boost everything, but 8 machines is still better than nothing. Okay. I think what might be best is if we move this thing down below and see if we can't squeeze it in here somewhere, like right in here. Okay. Yeah, right there. All right, let's drop that on that one right there. And it doesn't tell me what this actually reaches, but it's only 8 machines anyway, and we have a lot more than 8 in here, so you can only do 8 of them. Got it. All right, now here's the other thing, though. It doesn't optimize anything when it's just sitting here. Okay, perimeter side. Perimeter, okay, not a circumference, okay. Well, wait, I don't know if that makes it a sphere or circle. But this doesn't actually do anything without a fuse inserted into it, okay? And I'm thinking that's what this spot is right here. So, yeah, because see, these things are all doing 331.5 kilowatts. Okay, but we need to get a fuse that increases power. Now, what fuse is it that we have back at our base? I cannot quite remember off the top of my head, but I think it's something that causes things to produce things faster, and I don't think that is going to work for power. All right, this thing. Insert this fuse into an optimizer to reduce the time of generation of machines that generate items. That's not going to help us at all. All right, so that's definitely not what we're looking for. All right, let's head out to Cream real fast, because the way you get fuses, aside from finding them, is... Oh, which one's filling up? This one's almost full. This one's not. This one's filling up right here. Let's see if we can do this quickly. Pressure multiplier, plants multiplier, oxygen multiplier. These are where you get the fuses from, actually. Okay, so what we're looking for is an energy multiplier right there. Bam, +1. If I just leave this, will it automatically do that and bring it back? That's what we want. Item cost is 6,000. It's going to be a hefty investment because we only have 16,000. Okay, but I think it's going to be worth it. In fact, 2 of them might be worth it, actually, because we're already working on the 2nd floor. Or we could put 2 of them down there. See, insert this fuse into an optimizer to boost the performance of nearby energy generators. Power multiplier, 150%. I could put 2 of them down there on the 1st floor, and that would help out tremendously. Oof. Oof. Tier 2 drones, ooh. Ugh, I wanted to get those things. Use this blueprint to unlock the tier 2 drones. I'm taking to move faster, I'm assuming. Oh, I can't afford both. Okay, we're going to go with the energy one for right now, because we're working on that. And then the next purchase is probably going to be that. All right, so will it just automatically launch and then pick this up for me? Like, will it do that next time it launches? I think it will. This thing is probably almost full anyway. Yeah, there's 3 more is what it's going to take, and this thing's going to be full. And given how much honey is there, this thing's probably going to launch pretty soon. Okay, but once that launches, it'll come back with 175 Terra tokens, and it'll hopefully come back with my fuse. And then we'll insert that into that optimizer to boost the power. Now, it looked like there's 3 spots in that optimizer, so if I put 3 energy things in there, is that like simple math, 450% multiplier? It might be. I might really be able to jazz the power up like hardcore. Holy cow. Maybe. Okay, so I'm still clearly obviously taking things out and manually moving them, which isn't exactly the greatest situation because I wouldn't mind setting this all up so I don't have to do anything. But until that day, I'm still stuck manually moving stuff. However, with the energy boosted, now we can focus on more automation. We need more drones. Badly. Now, I don't know... I don't know if we're going to be able... I guess we could recycle drones, right? Like, if we unlock the tier 2 drone, we can stick a drone in here and recycle it back into its components and then maybe get all the stuff back. So I guess it's not the end of the world if we make more right now. We kind of need more drones to handle all the workload that's coming here because I want to start moving items from the places where they're being manufactured to here. So I have them constantly stockpiled up. Like, for example, we have this chest back here that is labeled explosive powder. Okay? It's got 3 in it. That's pretty bad. Those are weak numbers, all right? What if we had more than 3 in there because it was constantly being refilled? In fact, let's do this. Let's tell this thing to demand explosive powder, which is somewhere in front of it. Right there. it's telling it to demand explosive powder, okay? Good. Now, let's head up to the drone control station. Okay, and then we're going to take a right here, and we're going to go into the iridium mine. I could have probably gone to the 3 mines also, but I did want to get down here because I wanted to get a drink. Alright, so now this thing has a bunch of explosive powder that it's currently making, because as this digs up more sulfur, this thing probably has chock full of iridium right now. This thing is going to then take it. In fact, I could probably set this up to just another autocrafter to make the iridium rods, which is what this one's doing back here. This thing's already full. I'm not short on iridium rods, so I'm not really worrying about automating that quite yet. But I could have this set up 2 autocrafters, one to make explosive power, one to make iridium rods. It's a 2-to-1 thing. It takes 2 sulfur and 1 iridium to make explosive powder. So this one's going to fill up and be doing nothing while this one is still trying to produce sulfur. So I'd either have to make this most efficient, I'd have to add another one of these drills, or I could remove those drills over there completely, and that autocrafter, move that autocrafter over here, and then anything extra that this is making would eventually get turned into an iridium rod. Look at that, money. Would eventually get turned into an iridium rod. I might actually do that, and then I could decommission those 2 drills right there, and unless we need iridium rods like crazy, which, I mean, we probably will. I haven't actually dove into like the tier 5 heaters yet, which I've unlocked. I just haven't dove into them yet. Never mind, we'll leave this setup the way it is. Probably just double up the sulfur. But if I said for this thing to supply explosive powder, would it send a drone up here and go take that to my base? Oh, yep, there it is. Kind of snuck up on me. All right, so this thing's heading in the direction of my base. That's good news. It probably would have sent another one though too, because there's a couple of them. It's slowly going there. All right, let's head back. Let's beat it there. Let's get back to my base here. I also need to grab a bite to eat because I'm a little hungry. I turned around completely. Grab myself some food. Alright, now this thing should be adding this to this container right here. It doesn't say there's anything in there yet, but let's just wait. So we have 3. Let's see if that turns into 4 with me just sitting here staring at it. It does turn it into 4, and it has to get a little bit closer. Can I take that out of there? I can take that out of there. Okay, so the drone delivers it here. Okay, that works, that means. That's going to fill up with explosive powder. What else can I massively produce on its own? This gets the old brain box thinking, you know? So I got an endless supply of explosive powder. That's really nice to know. Now, I would do the same thing for the iridium rods, but I mean, I got a lot of iridium rods already in here. So that's going to fill up eventually, and then it's not going to pull anymore. But that should give me an endless supply of explosive powder. But what else can I automate? One thing that sucks, and I had this automated last season, even before drones existed, but now that drones do exist, can they grab algae? Can they grab algae? If they can grab algae from, if they can pick it, if drones can, oh look at that, there he goes, yep. If drones can pick algae, then, because the problem with the algae is that the autocrafters sometimes aren't within range of the algae. And so like if like an autocrafter's on shore or on a little bridge or something like that down there, and like the algae grows over on the far side of it, it might not detect it. So algae is kind of a weird thing. Let's get down there. Let me get down below, and we'll see if we can't actually assign this thing to actually supply algae. We'll just yeet ourselves off the edge here. See if we can't tell this thing to supply algae, and then if the drones will come and pick it up, that'd be fantastic. Alright, you can't actually click on this, so I'm thinking that that's no. Okay, so the autocrafters would still have to grab it. But if I'm looking at this correctly, from where this algae constantly keeps growing, it grows around the algae spreader now. Like it produces this visual look over here where you can see the muck and stuff on the surface, but it doesn't actually do anything as far as like, why am I not sinking? Why am I like, I'm like, normally you sink in water. I'm not. I'm very slowly rising up. That seems to be like a weird bug. Let's get out of the water so I don't die. But it looks like the algae itself is kind of located around the center. Keeping that in mind, can we make a automatic fertilizer setup? Automatic, a whole lot of everything actually set up. Now, I don't want to do it here because I want to be able to grab algae on my own, and plus the drones would have to fly from the drone control setup to out here for everything, and that would suck. However, the drone control setup is right here next to a whole lot of water, okay? So maybe, well, when this thing is not running like aluminum all over the place and stuff all the way back to my base, how many drones do I have in here? None. All 10 are in whip. Okay. Whew, I need more drones. Okay, but maybe when they're not running things all over the place, eventually the lockers will get filled up, and they're not going to be able to move anymore. So they're not going to have any more demand for them, and they will be stuck here doing nothing. When that happens, or when I get enough drones to accommodate everything, we're going to need to be able to move stuff quickly around here. So I think it would make a lot of sense if we actually had the fertilizer, bacteria samples. Start off with those two. The fertilizer and bacteria sample facility right here making this stuff. And we can have drones running it back to the base. So that way they're only taking one trip with the finished product back to the base rather than traveling all the way to the base to grab every little thing. Yeah, okay, that sounds like a plan. Now, how do I do that? Oh, hello, beautiful. Grab you too. Yep, yeah, sure. There's a lot of bugs in this area. All right, so how do we do that, beautiful? We're gonna need to make some algae spreaders. That's for sure. So let's get the dock put in place first. Okay, where am I gonna actually build this thing? This looks like a pretty decent open area right here. So let's go grab some iron, and we're gonna get a dock put in. All right, now I do want this to be pretty low to the ground because it is going to have to, yeah, see that right there. It's gonna have to be able to register the all of the algae. All right, then let's have it make like a T shape at the end here. All right, now put an algae spreader on either side here, and one side will make bacteria samples, the other side will make fertilizer. If I can fit it all in here. I also need to keep in mind that I don't really have any of my mines currently digging up any iron. So I'm going to have to make sure I put down a regular bog standard tier 3 drill for mining up iron and the likes of that, you know. It's going to be kind of important. Okay, so if we are going to make fertilizer, we're going to need some other stuff, aren't we? Oh, we're going to need some other stuff, aren't we? Hold on, wait. Let's make this thing get a little bit closer to the shoreline. We got some iron right there in the water, actually. Let's go ahead and grab that. We're going to need this to be a little bit closer to the shoreline. So if this is where it's going to be, because we're going to need to put down a drill out here that's digging up sulfur. I mean, we could move the sulfur, actually, with the drones, but I'm trying not to overwork the drones, because I only have 10 of them. All right, so we'll just make that extend out a little bit farther. We'll put the algae spreader, like, maybe off to the side right here, where it has deeper water. And autocrafter here, sulfur mine right here, and then a farm, a farm of some kind right there, right next to it. Yeah, all right, let's make it happen. I gotta go grab the resources. I got bugs up the wazoo right now, which I guess these are gonna be important in a little bit, so I'm gonna just take them. But even the common, the rare ones, yep, they're all beautiful to me. We're taking all these things back. Lots of bugs in the area. Okay, let's start with the drills, okay? I think the drills are going to be kind of important. So, first things first, we're going to need 2 drills made. We're going to need one for collecting sulfur, and the other one we're going to need for collecting just straight up iron, because we are starting to run out of that stuff. That's literally all we got. I think I have some more out at the nuclear facility for building the platform for like level 3 and the tower of power. That's all we got. So, we're going to need 2 mines. So, we're going to need that, and then a whole lot of this stuff. Alright, and for the iron mine, I think one thing, I'm just going to put it down here at the bottom of the crater. For right now, that way I can easily grab it. Down here with the butterflies, maybe. Something I can just hop down and check. Boy, if there is a better place for this. I would like to put it right here, but there's a frog thing in the way. But a bunch of butterflies over there. Something like right here. We'll put it right here. Alright, this thing just needs you to collect iron. Okay, now, the other one, though, we're going to be putting out at the drone control. We're going to put it right down here. And we're going to put it as close to the water spot. Can we put this in the water just out of curiosity? Pretty close to it. Alright, let's put it right there. Good. And then this thing is just going to dig up sulfur. Alright, the reason why is because to make fertilizer, you need sulfur. Okay, so now we need the autocrafter, and we also need an outdoor farm, because let's just run home real quick. Just let's make sure I'm going off of memory here, so let's make sure I'm not just like losing my mind here to make fertilizer. Now, I wouldn't mind this actually being able to make fertilizer tier 2 and tier 1. So it's not like that's impossible. It's not an impossible thing to do. We do need 2 autocrafters to do it, though. And once the fertilizer tier 2 is completely filled, it will back up, and eventually they'll produce a bunch of fertilizer too. So we could actually get this thing to have like a chest full of fertilizer tier 1 and tier 2 completely filled. The first thing that would fill up, though, it would be the tier 2 fertilizer. It's not impossible. We need eggplant and we need squash growing out there. And we need algae and methane. That's all doable. It's all doable. All right, so let me grab one more bit of iron, because we're going to need another spot for a farm out there. I'll put that right next to the other one. And then we're going to need 2 of those. Or 4 of those, I mean. 2 of those. And that should make 2 of the autocrafters. Yep. Okay, that's good. Now, how do we make the outdoor farms again? I think these take fertilizer, actually. Yeah, that takes tier 1 and tier 2 fertilizer. That's crappy. And bee larva, but we have plenty of that. Okay, well, what do we got for fertilizer? How bad is it, Doc? Yo, it's pretty bad, man. I'm not going to lie. It's not looking good. Okay, so we don't have any fertilizer. All right, that's fine. Let's make some fertilizer then. All right, we just looked at these recipes. We need some algae, sulfur, and eggplant. I think we got some eggplant. We're going to need more eggplant than that, because we're going to actually need... We're going to need, like, a lot of this. 3, 4. I think that's what we need. Okay, that's exactly how many eggplant we need. We're also going to need at least, like, 2 squash, I think. And I think we have 1 over there, so let's just grab 1 of them. Man, I'm trying to do math in my head and my brain's failing. Okay, so we need the sulfur and algae then. And we have a little bit of sulfur over here. Let's grab that. I think we have a whole lot of that actually saved up now. All right, then let's just grab a bunch of algae out of here and make 4 fertilizer, okay? Now, 2 of these have to get turned into tier 2 fertilizer. So we're gonna need, we have 1 algae. We need 1 more algae. We need 1 more squash, and we need 4 methane. Here's the 1 squash, and we need 4 methane. Luckily, I have been collecting some methane, so we are good to go on there. I'm missing something. What am I missing? Oh, algae. I forgot to grab the extra algae. All right, got those 2 made. Now, what else goes into these things? We need 2 super alloy and 2 water bottles and 4 bee larvae. We can easily do that, actually. All right, so the last thing we need are the bee larvae, and this thing is filling up with those. That's what I like to see. All right, so we need, I think, 4 of those things, right? Yeah, okay, I think we're good there. Now, the drones are still working their little butts off here, filling these things up like crazy. This thing came back with my energy fuse in it. That's what I like to see. How much money do we have now? Okay, so we're not quite at 12,000, which is what we need for the tier 2 drone. That thing is taken off, though, so we're about to get more money from that. This thing, I think, just came back, actually, so great. All right, so we got the drone, the fuse thing. Before we get to working anymore on this detour here, let's head out back to the nuclear base here. Let's grab all the water out of the ceiling here and stash it all in there and take the 2 bottles out that I'm going to need to make the farms real quick. But we're going to go over here to the tower of power. And, oh, real quick, let's check the power levels. That's what we're at right now at this very moment. What did I say? I was meant to go up there. What did I say that we were producing before? It's 20,553 is what we're producing out of these reactors. Okay, 11,000 or 1,100 available, basically. Let's see what this does when we add a fuse into it. Alright, took me a second to find it, but I found this thing. Alright, let's go in here and we're going to drop that into there. And that is apparently affecting, I can't see what it's affecting because it won't let me like look away from this thing. But alright, it's affecting a lot of them. Alright, these things, yeah, it says right 150 on it right there. This is not producing more power than this one right here. Yes, pushing it past the safety limits, that's what I'm talking about. Yes, good. Okay, so it's affecting eight devices, that's for sure. Alright, looks like we can put more of them in there too, which kind of gets me excited. But let's see what power levels we're at now. Alright, so I was at 20,000, and just by inserting that, it was at 20,500, it's at 21,800 some. So, I think that would be best served being used on the nuclear fusion reactors, or on the fusion reactors, with the pulsar quartz being used. Probably for that, but that is still pretty cool, and if we add more into it, if we add more of the fuses into it, that would go up even more, because this jumped up from, what is it, 1,100 we were producing to 2,400, so that was pretty good. Nice little boost of power. I'll take it. Okay, in fact, if we get those things put on every level of the tower power, maybe multiple ones on the tower power, we could actually really jack up the power being produced over there. That thing's going to go, it's going to blow the planet in half when those things explode. Alright, so, anyway, back on task. Let's head out to the drone control center here. And in the rain here, we're going to get to putting down some farms. I think I grabbed a piece of iron. I did. And what we're going to do is we are going to add another little spot right here. And then we're going to put down some outdoor farms. Oh yeah, these things are a little... Yeah, maybe I can squeeze them on here. Let's just put it like right about there. And this one, if we can, eyeball it. Oh yeah, we can fit it on there. Right about there. Yeah, they fit. Oh, look at that money. They fit in there just fine. All right, now I have to go get the stuff to plant in there. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna set down the auto crafters here, and we're gonna put down one right here, and the other one right here. And this one is going to be set to make fertilizer, and this one is going to be set to make fertilizer tier 2. Okay, now we need to get a couple other things going for this to make sense. Now this thing is probably cooked with the sulfur. We got to get the seeds out here growing in here, so we need squash and eggplant in here. And then we need to make a gas extractor and an algae spreader. And then this thing should be up and running and operational. Okay, for a gas extractor, let's start with that. Actually, let's start by grabbing the seeds first, because that would be the smartest thing before I completely forget about that. So we're going to need eggplant and squash out there. And let's grab whatever we can out of here, too, because it's good to have more water. And then let's start with the gas extractor. So making a gas extractor. Let's see, I've only done this once. We have this one, extractor tier 2, and I'm thinking that's probably the best bet here. So we're gonna need 2 bits of zeolite. Ooh, getting low on zeolite. All right, grab 2 bits of zeolite, and that way it doesn't get anything else in it other than the gas that we actually want. And we're gonna need a circuit board, and then we're going to also need 2 super alloy and an iridium rod. Now we have so many iridium rods, it's ridiculous. Let's just grab them. I have them placed in the wrong chest because we have so many of them. All right, so that should be enough to make the gas extractor. Now the other thing that we need to make is the algae spreader, and that's this thing right here. So we're gonna, we need more fertilizer. How about them apples? Well, we just made it, so we know how to make it again. Done. All right, now the other thing that this thing needs though is it needs, where did the thing go? Right here. It needs bioplastic nuggets. Now here's the funny story, all right? I have a locker for these things. Right here, bioplastic nuggets, completely empty. All right, so we need to make 2 of them to get this to work right. Now this is gonna actually affect our stats a little bit with like plant life and stuff. So we need silicon, water bottle, and 2 mushrooms. Now we actually have a couple mushrooms right in there, so that's no big deal. And let's fly over here. We're gonna need to grab the silicon right out of here. And then the water bottle, we just collected that recently, so we can grab that and we should be good to go. All right, there we go. So now we got that. Now we just need some magnesium and a water bottle, and we should be good to go, which we have plenty of. Okay, so we got these things. Now let's start off with the gas extractor. Take this thing, we're gonna make sure it's nice and close. So right there, instantly a beautiful bug just appeared right next to it. What are the odds? All right, now this thing is going to need to produce, I think it's methane, right? That's what we need for the tier 2 stuff. Pretty sure that's it. All right. I probably should have checked on that. All right, so we're gonna then make the algae generator, which I need 2 super alloy for, and I just used them to make this thing, didn't I? Oh boy, I forgot them. That's okay. We have a facility right up the river here, basically, that makes super alloy. There should be a couple bits there. If it hasn't been turned into a rod yet, oh yeah, there's plenty. So this thing must be full. Yeah, it's full. That's why it's not producing anymore. Okay, that's fine. We actually need a couple bits of this, so that's good. Okay, here we go. So now let's take the algae generator and we're going to put that like right here. A little bit far off, a little bit off there, and then hopefully this thing is not oh, it's not going to register the algae generator. It's going to register the algae once it's made. So we're going to have to wait. Okay, this is actually producing, registering the algae. Oh, now it is. Okay, it is. Sweet. All right. You know what? This thing doesn't need to know algae, so what we're going to do is make the tier 1. And this one make the tier 2. This thing doesn't need to be able to, or this doesn't need algae. Tier 2 doesn't need the algae, I don't think. So it's just this one that desperately needs to be able to read it. So that thing should be growing, and now it's just a matter of planting the seeds, right? So we're gonna put squash in there. It's already producing stuff, and that in there. Okay. It's already producing fertilizer. Okay, so that one's clearly working. Now this thing, what are you missing still? You are registering the gas extractor. Do I have the wrong gas in there maybe? Hold on, what goes in the tier 2 fertilizer? Alright, tier 2 fertilizer. It does need algae. Okay, so it is gonna pull from the algae, squash, and 2 methane. It needs 2 methane. Okay, there's only 1 that was dug up at the time. Okay, got it. So we just need to be patient. And while we're being patient and not rushing things at all, what if we got ahead of the game here and put down 2 lockers that had, we're gonna put them here at the base, that had fertilizer and fertilizer tier 2 in it, and this is the end product where it's gonna have to be brought to. All right, so now this one we're gonna make to demand fertilizer, okay? And this one we're gonna make to demand fertilizer tier 2. Okay, so now that that's done, it'll make me wonder though, because when the autocrafter out there makes a fertilizer, and will it automatically get grabbed by the drone, or will it automatically get grabbed by the autocrafter? It's kind of an interesting question. I don't know. It's like a power struggle. We'll see which one actually grabs it, which one reigns victorious. But first we have to get out here. Actually, I'm trying to decide how to set this up. Do I want the drones to take it directly out of the autocrafter? Or do I want the drones to put it in a storage out there too? It would probably be best if I had a storage out there too, because then that could fill up as well. It'd be like an extra 35 spot cushion. So let's grab some more iron. Hopefully my drill down below here is actually doing its work, that one right there, because I needed to dig up as much iron as possible. And let's head back out to the drone control. Oh yeah. Yeah, this is working. This is working. Now this thing is the thing that's kind of holding the whole circus up, I think. But actually that and the drill is probably going to be bogged down too, but because these things, although they're not fully grown, the autocrafters are automatically snagging them immediately. So as soon as it sees algae there, it's like, we're good to go. We got algae. So yeah, as soon as this digs up another methane, it's going to craft another tier 2 fertilizer in here, and then this thing's going to instantly craft another fertilizer. Kind of like that, and kind of like that. All right, sweet. So yeah, it's working exactly as intended. But now once those things get completely filled, they're going to need some place to go. I'm going to actually need another bit of iron real fast. I gotta look around, see if I can't find one. Got it. All right, found some iron. Good, good. The reason why is I need a place to put these lockers, this cushion. All right, so let's grab this thing here, and we're going to put that down maybe right here. And then what we'll do is we will take this one here, and we'll put it right there, and this one here, we'll put it right there. This thing's like barely hanging on, but that's fine. And this will be fertilizer tier 2, and this one will be fertilizer tier 1. All right. Now this is where they're gonna be their holding cells, basically. I'm gonna have to do priorities on this, aren't I? That's the only way I'm gonna be able to get this thing to work, right? Otherwise, it's gonna try to fill up both of them at the same time. So this thing is gonna demand fertilizer tier 2. Priority is going to be 1, all right? And this one is going to demand fertilizer tier 1, and the priority is going to be 1 as well. And I think that's actually in range of this thing. Yeah, okay, so even if they move it over there, it's still going to turn it into fertilizer tier 2. Okay, that's fine. That's actually a good thing. Now, before I tell these things to supply it, I actually have to go just tweak those ones back at the base real quick. All right, so this thing can be priority 2. And this one can be priority 2 as well. So hopefully that doesn't override the lockers being filled up at the dock where this fertilizer is actually being produced first. So I want those lockers to fill up first, and then once they're full and it's not able to make any more, they're going to start moving them out here then. So there's going to be a little bit of a delay before I get fertilizer out here at the base. But that way, if I ever run into a situation where I need like 70 fertilizer... I'll have it easily available. I won't have to wait for this stuff to restock. It'll give me a little bit of a cushion until I get a much larger storage area for this stuff. All right, so from here on out, we are going to... Look at it go. It's doing its thing. From here on out, we're going to tell this thing to supply fertilizer tier 2, and... We don't have any drones available, do we? There's no drones. Okay, well, that was a little lackluster. Okay, so this thing's going to be supplying fertilizer. Okay. Little lackluster. There's no drones available to move this stuff. It's all going elsewhere, I take it. Yeah, okay. Okay, yeah, so we need to get more drones. That should work in theory, okay? I gave the screen the knife hand. If you guys have ever been in the military, you know the drill sergeants, they give you the knife hand all the time. I gave the screen the knife hand saying, that should work. All right, so that's that one. Now, that was one of 2 farms that we were going to get made today, hopefully, ideally. The other one was going to be the bacteria samples, okay? The first stage in making mutagen and stuff. That one should be significantly easier, though. So let's get out of the windstorm real quick, and let's head back home real fast. Because we are going to need to store these beautiful creatures here, but we're also going to need to gather the stuff to make another algae spreader. So we're gonna need another one of those things. Just hop back through there real quick and grab some fertilizer. Alright, but we are going to need to make 2 more bioplastic nuggets, that mean, and I just did this, so you would think that I'd remember the recipe. I'm pretty sure there's mushrooms involved. Yeah, we're going to take 4 of those. And silicon and water, that was the ingredients. Never would have forgotten those things, ever. Okay, got the bioplastic nuggets, and then we need just water bottle, magnesium, and super alloy. I can do that, no problem. Okay, got everything for that. Now, we need another auto crafter, which we're gonna need to break down one of these rods because we have too many. We need more osmium for this. That's a lot of glowing blue rocks. Grab all of that. All right, and I want to make sure I grabbed it all. Then we're gonna need a super alloy rod as well. Let's grab 2 of those. Super alloy rod as well, so that will make the auto crafter. And then finally the lake water collector is what we're gonna actually have to make one of these things. I rip on these things a lot, but in reality they're extremely useful. Oh, we need more bioplastic nuggets. Well, I know how to do that. Okay, I think that is everything that we need to make that and the other stuff that we need. Okay, I think we're good. Now let's just head back out to the drone control area and we should be able to get this thing up and running. Alright, now hopefully this is far enough away, but let's go ahead and put down the auto crafter right here. And we're gonna leave Roma off to one side here because I might be able to put something else out here too, like for making mutagen or something. I gotta look into that though. But alright, so then we're gonna make a tier 2 algae spreader off to the side here. And then we're going to make a water collector, a lake water collector off to this other side here. Maybe I'll put it a little bit closer so we can actually reach that. And then this thing is going to be assigned to make bacteria samples. Now, it reaches the lake water collector, so as soon as the lake water collector collects 3 water bottles, this thing makes a bacteria sample. Because it already is detecting the algae that hasn't even grown in yet, and it's detecting quite a bit of it. Like a lot of it. Alright, so that'll work out just fine there. So that's it. That's done. Now, one thing that we could do, though, is tell this to supply... I'm overworking my drones. I know. You screaming at the screen. Supply... Where is it? Bacteria samples. Right there. Supply bacteria samples. And where... Man, there's bugs everywhere out here. Where are we going to put this? I mean, I wouldn't mind putting it... having it supply it all the way back to the base. But that's going to really suck up a lot of the drone's time. When it might be easier for me just to run out here and grab them. You know, actually, let's just axe this completely. We'll let this thing fill up. If I need bacteria samples out, I'll come out here and grab them. Unless I want to put a locker right here as a holdover spot that I can come and grab at any time I need. Because I don't really... Bacteria samples I'm not super concerned with right now. But I know in the future I'm probably going to need them a lot. So, none of these have actually gotten anything put in them yet. Although the fertilizer is gone. Drones are moving them, but they're not moving them into here. They should be filling up here first. Just out of curiosity. Yep. It's filling up the ones back here first. You know what? That's fine. That's okay. Oh, darn. I'd rather them fill the ones up out there first, but whatever. Whatever, they'll get filled up eventually. So I'm not exactly a master at this stuff. It happens. But we do have some automation going now, so that's significantly better than where we were before. What else can I automate? I guess fabric, but I'm selling fabric. I don't really build that much with fabric. That is a really, really loud rocket. I bet you that is a pulsar rocket. Or possibly not. That was just regular. It's just our regular bog standard stuff. Now, some of these guys, I think, actually are going to drop chests. That would hit our base. I think some of these might actually drop chests with, like, terra tokens in it. Which could be fun. Oh, that one just went zinging by my head. I'm landing right on top of the base. Drop some aluminum, which I really don't need. Once this is done, I'm going to take a peek and see if there's any chests in the area. Alright, well, while those things are raining down, I spent the entire storm breaking down some uranium rods. Sounds like a strange thing to spend my time doing. However, I guarantee you there's a purpose for this, because I would not mind getting more drones out there because they are heavily, heavily taxed with their burden, their demand. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to gather enough to make 15 drones and add it to there. So we're talking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6... 7, 8, 9, 10. 15. Okay, I need that just to make that amount of uranium just to make the rocket engines. Just to actually make these drones. So, all right, I do have some rocket engines. I do have some, but I don't have 15. Well, I have 1, but I don't have 15, so that's not really going to help out much. So we're going to have to make these things, which is good because it gives me a use for this all this iridium, all these iridium rods that I have. Voila, 15 rocket engines. All right, now what was it that went into making a drone again? I actually kind of forgot. You know what? Before I figure out what, I know there was something about a circuit board and stuff. Before I figure that out, though, let's just take a peek real quick. I think it was a drone right there. Is there any like chests that fell during any of that? Sometimes they get stuck in midair and I have to base jump off of my cradle base here just to get them. But oh, there's a bit of iron. I'll take the iron. All right, let's just take a peek. Oh, you guys also commented. I totally forgot this. A couple episodes ago, you guys commented on how to attach this bridge to there without worrying about the rock. Just build a ladder or a staircase up and over. That's a brilliant idea. I don't know why I didn't think about that. All right, do I see any chests? Let's actually hop on down. I'm going to need to get a drink of water anyway. Do you see any chests floating in midair anywhere? Any of them down here that might have landed? I don't see anything other than my one drill that's going down here, which should be chock full of iron. I don't see anything. All right, so no chests. That's okay. I still need water. All right, is it just iron? And I think it's just iron and a circuit board, isn't it? So let's just grab this and we'll put those 3 back. I'm gonna need to make more of these things, but we're gonna get a whole lot of. I think it is just iron that we need for this to make the drones. All right, let's head back out to drone control. We're gonna give it a little bit of an upgrade. Is this right? It is right. There we go. Got 5 more put in there. Those things are instantly going to be put to work. I need to go grab more iron. There we go. Make a whole lot more of those things. Now go do my bidding. There's got to be stuff you guys have got to be sent out on. You know, we're going to take 5 of them, and we're going to go put them... wrong. I teleported to the obsidian mine, apparently. That was on accident. I guess while we're here, we'll grab that. Let's go to put these out at cream. And we'll add them to this drone control right here on top of the roof. There's already a bunch out here, so it's just kind of balancing these things out. Or does it count it all as one? I bet you it counts it all as one. This is one shared inventory across all of them, I bet you. Like, does this have stuff it's waiting on? No, something's moving. It's here, though. It's waiting on a drone to be assigned to it, but we have plenty of drones here. I don't know. Oh, I think it just moved it. No, it didn't. Would you guys hurry up and get this thing? It doesn't have a drone available. It has all these drones here. See, like that one moved it immediately. And that one went too. What's... Okay, that one's taken off. What's up with this? Why is nobody moving this? Oh, it's gone. Oh, there it goes. Okay, it got moved eventually. I guess I just gotta be a little bit more patient. It just didn't make sense because it looked like we had a bunch of drones in here, but they weren't going anywhere doing anything. Okay. 28 drones on supply and 1 on demand. Wait, is there really like nothing going right now? Is there really only 2 out there doing stuff? Was that a giant waste of supplies? Probably. Hello, Rare Beautiful. Let's grab everything out of here. All right, let's go back home, empty our inventory, let the drones do their thing for a second. Let's not panic about it. Let's pretend like I have everything set up and it's working just great. Okay, we got more Terra tokens. That's good. The drones are basically stocked up and good to go. They're doing their thing. Let's go check to see how's our fertilizer doing out here. Ooh, I'm getting a little hungry, but how's our fertilizer doing back here? Is this like getting really full of stuff? It's filling up. I'm not doing anything and it's filling up. How's our explosive powder? Yeah. All right, bacteria samples. Let's just do demand. Sure, we'll demand these things and we'll just see how that all goes. Let's go supply it from the auto crafter out there, which probably should have made at least 1 by now. All right, and then we're going to supply those. Yeah, here comes 1. Should send 2. Yep. Oh, there's 2. Yep. All right, so they're off to go drop those things off at the base. We still have some in stock here, so yeah, things are going pretty good. Things are going not bad at all. That's empty. That's empty. Those still haven't gotten anything in them at all. That's full. What are we waiting on here? Is it sulfur? Got sulfur. What are we? Why are you guys not pumping them out? Like, you got everything you need. I might have broke something. Yeah, this is fully grown. Why are you not auto-crafting? You need eggplants and sulfur and algae to make what you need, and you have all of that available, so why are you not crafting? I'm gonna quick relog. Alright, so you relogged and immediately it started crafting again. Yeah, see now it's just giving her now. It's just going like crazy. So that was clearly F8 bug report. It just popped up there. So I broke something basically. Something got broken there. Alright, now this thing, is that all sulfur? Got sulfur. I mean, these things aren't fully grown yet, but usually it doesn't care. It's not registering a lot of algae. It's missing algae. Okay, so maybe it has to wait for the algae to grow just a little bit. Okay, I'm a little confused as to why this isn't producing more algae right away. But you know what, we'll just give it some time. Maybe it'll just work in a little bit. I have got to go get some food because I am really, really hungry. Ah, that's better. Alright, I've got some bugs to go sort out right here while I'm back here. But I'm thinking that that should work. And we should start generating some Tier 2 and Tier 1 fertilizer as well as some bacteria samples now. It might just take a little bit of time. Okay, so after doing all of that, what do we end up here? We're almost at 40% of the way to amphibians. Haven't really been focusing on this too much. All of that work that I just did right there should have definitely added a little bit to heat and pressure because I did add a drill out there, or ore extractor. But it also should have added quite a bit to biomass, simply because I added a couple more algae spreaders. So I didn't check this stuff beforehand, but it definitely boosted that. As well as the farms. The farms would have as well. So looks like that should have all helped with getting us to the amphibian stage just a little bit sooner. Now, what we're really waiting on here, though, remember, is the which one is it that we're waiting on? It's oxygen, right? We're waiting for this to pass by. 155 is when the life water collector happens and unlocks, and then with that we can start diving into like the photoplankton stuff. And with the photoplankton, so we still need about like another 40 more ppm to go with the oxygen. So we're getting there. We're getting there slowly but surely. We should probably add some more trees and stuff to kind of boost that along. But, I mean, we're getting there. And in the meantime, it's giving me time to actually sort some of this other stuff out, you know, so I'm not really too upset about the fact that it's taking a little bit of time. We're still sitting pretty good with power. I think that fuse that we added was really nice. We might want to purchase another one of those things. How much money do I have? We're not quite at 12,000. So 12,000, I think it was 12,000, unless it was 1,200, but 12,000 we'll be able to purchase the Tier 2 drone. And I'm thinking that thing will just go faster, I'm thinking is all it is. Because, I mean, I don't know what else you could do better for a drone. But yeah, the Tier 1 drone transport, get off there, bug. Tier 1 drone transport I'm at a certain speed, but I'm thinking inventory's demanding, inventory supplying. God, that's so cool. Things are working. It looks like these are the drones that are actively out there working right now. But I have a whole lot on reserve. Although not all of them are back here, so maybe some of them are just in transit back. I don't know. Did this thing ever start making fertilizer again? It's still only registering 2 of them. What? You guys are fully grown too. Oh, see, this is kind of the issue that I've always had with these things, is that why isn't this growing any more fertilizer, or why isn't this growing any more algae? It should. It just isn't. Let's pick this and see if it starts going magically. See, one's already coming in already. Okay, so what we're gonna do, just to try to fix this, we're gonna break that thing down for a second, and we are going to put it a little bit farther out. Oh, sweet, we got more money. We're gonna put that a little bit farther out. Let's see, does this thing register it still? No, but it could still pick up on the algae that it needs. Oh no, it should just see the algae. Okay, yeah, it is. No, it's registering it. They're doing stuff. Oh my gosh. So sometimes that thing bugs out where it just stops producing algae in its full extent. It just, you know, let's just heat these on the ground and let them use them. Yep, used it right up. Okay, so I think this is all working. These things I'm thinking will fill up once the lockers at the base are filled up. I think I must have done it like backwards or something. This thing is producing methane still, slowly but surely. Getting sulfur there. Okay, I think everything's working. It's just that it's kind of buggy. I think it's, you know, big surprise. A game in early access might actually still have some bugs. All right, so we're waiting on drones to move this stuff out of here. It has plenty of stuff, so we're actually literally waiting on drones. So I'm thinking a lot of them just went to go try to transport this back out to my base. Yeah, supply and demand. Yeah, they're out there doing stuff. So yeah, I just gotta wait for them to come in. Yeah, see some more out here. Oh, they've been sent from up there. Oh, look at these guys coming down from over there. I don't know. I don't know how it picks which ones to send from where. Maybe I only needed one. Look at that guy just turned around. I don't know how it does this. I have no idea how it does this, or if I only needed one of these drone control centers. I might have only needed one of these drone control centers, and they just operate out of there. I don't know. I don't know how it works, this magic. I'm still learning this game as I go, but it does look like they're moving them. My question that I have is do I have enough money yet? No, I don't, to buy the tier 2 drones. That might be coming in the next episode here, though, because that's going to be a big purchase. I'm going to be flat broke after that, but it's going to be worth it, I think, in the end. But alrighty, guys, I think I'm going to wrap things up here. Almost 40% of the way to the amphibian stage. Nice big boost there. I got to go sort some bugs and stuff. We got some automation going. We have some fertilizers being produced automatically now, which should help out big time for in the future. I don't have to be moving as much stuff. If you remember last season, I did all this stuff manually. And it's weird not see. Okay, there are some appearing in here. It's weird not having to do that manually. So, alrighty, guys, I'm gonna wrap things up here though. So thank you guys so much for donating your eyeballs and ear holes to this episode of Planet Crafter. Hopefully, you guys have a wonderful week. I will see you guys next week. Thanks again for watching, and bye bye.